Hello, Nebraska EMS professionals. We at AEMT-CE.com created this video just for you to make the recertification process as straightforward and stress-free as possible. Our goal is to help you quickly understand what's required so you can renew your certification and get back to doing what matters most, serving your community. Let's get started. If you have specific questions about your unique recertification situation, we always recommend reaching out directly to your state EMS office. The contact information for the Nebraska Department of Public Health is shown here. Here's a quick overview of the total continuing education hours required for each provider level in Nebraska. For EMR, it's 8 hours, EMT, 20 hours, Advanced EMT, 25 hours, EMT Intermediate, 30 hours, and Paramedic is 30 hours as well. Both the state of Nebraska and the NREMT accept CAPCE-accredited courses for renewal. Every course on EMT-CE.com is fully CAPCE-accredited and ranges from 1 to 3 hours in length. Nebraska uses its own requirements for license recertification. For providers recognized by the NREMT, that's EMR, EMT, AEMT, and Paramedic, one option to recertify is to use a current National Registry certificate. If you do not have a current NREMT certificate or are recertifying as an intermediate or critical care paramedic, Nebraska requires completion of CE hours in various topics. Let's break down each license requirement. For EMRs, to recertify an EMR license, you can either hold a current NREMT certificate or complete 8 hours of CE that meet the national component of the NCCP for EMRs. To recertify an EMT license, you can either hold a current NREMT certificate or complete 20 hours of CE that meet the national component of the NCCP for EMTs. For AEMTs, to recertify an advanced EMT license, you can either hold a current NREMT or complete 25 hours of CE that meet the national component of the NCCP for advanced EMTs. In addition, AEMTs must provide documentation from a physician of competency and skills like IV access, advanced airway management, and medication administration. To recertify an intermediate license, you must complete a total of 30 hours of CE split into the following categories: 20 hours in EMT basic subjects and 10 hours in intermediate subjects. Intermediates must also have documentation of skill competency, specifically in IV administration and endotracheal intubation. For paramedics, to recertify a paramedic license, you can either hold a current NREMT certificate or complete 30 hours of CE that meets the national component of the NCCP for paramedics. Once again, if you choose to recertify using the CE method, you must present documentation of competency and skills such as IV administration, drug administration, cardiac skills, and endotracheal intubation. Lastly, for critical care paramedics, to recertify in Nebraska, you must maintain a Nebraska paramedic license and hold a current critical care or flight certification. Nebraska does not require you to maintain your NREMT certificate, but it is one pathway. Oftentimes, as an EMS professional, you may want to keep both. The NCCP breaks down your required hours into 3 distinct components, or buckets as we commonly refer to them. The first bucket is the national component. This is the largest portion of your recertification. To satisfy this section, you'll need to complete a specific amount of hours in different categories that the NREMT has required. You can see here on the graph what the NREMT required breakdown will be. Our F5 webinars meet this national component exactly. However, keep in mind, this category can be completed using F3, which is our self-paced courses, or F5, which are virtual instructor-led courses, both of which are available on EMT-CE.com. The second bucket is the local or state component. The state of Nebraska does not currently require a specific course for this section. However, check with your agency. If they require any specific training or education topics, those should be included here. If your agency doesn't require any required education, you can use the CE courses from our CAPCE-accredited CE course library to fulfill this section. The final bucket is the individual component. There's flexibility in this section, allowing you to select the courses from EMT-CE that interest you most. The number of hours required here will also vary depending on the provider level. Be sure to log into your account at nebraska.gov to complete your renewal and upload any necessary documentation. We know EMS recertification can feel overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. At EMT-CE.com, we've helped tens of thousands of providers across the country recertify with ease. Here's how we make it easier. We are 100% online, offering self-paced or instructor-led courses. We have mobile-friendly access anytime, anywhere. We automatically track your progress towards all NCCP buckets. And certificates are ready for download the moment you finish, and we'll keep your records for future access at no additional cost, whether you're an actively paying customer or not. Ready to knock out your hours fast and hassle-free? Head over to EMT-CE.com and get started today.